Hello friends, welcome back to another episode on my channel. I'm at the allotment again. I have not filmed a lot in the last probably 4 to 6 weeks because for me it's been really busy, like probably all of you that are watching and growing their own food. It's absolutely crunch time. Between 4 to 6 weeks ago it was a lot of planting out time, so it's really busy. I've got the allotment, I've got the back garden at home. 3-4 weeks ago it was harvesting time for quite a lot of things like strawberries. The currants have come in, the onions, the garlic, things need curing, finding space. So in the last 3 or 4 weeks, with all the soft fruits that have come in from the garden and from the allotment, you know, you need to preserve things. So making jams, you know, I've used a lot of things myself directly in tarts, things like that. I have made ice pops for the kids. I do that every year. I will pop that into the video at the end of my video on the channel, so you can see how I do it and what I use. So it's been really busy. We are currently working on the bottom of the oak tree that I've got. It's not actually in my garden, it's in the garden next door behind us, and my neighbours kindly helped us chop down some of the lower branches. So this, you know, this week I've had to unfortunately work with cutting everything off and, you know, making space so that we can have a look how much needs to be taken off. It's like somebody switched the light on in the polytunnel, so which is really great because things have been struggling in all the greens that I planted have kind of died down, rotten down. I know I had for a couple of years I also planted marigolds in there, and every single time without fail they just die, they just rot, it's really bizarre. I know it's probably a little bit on the drier side, but plants shouldn't rot because things aren't watered. I left some of my little tomatoes in there, which are my hanging tomatoes ones, and more than half I left them for a week because I just got busy in the kitchen, busy with the kids, busy with work, busy at the allotment here. You know, there's a lot of weeding that needs to do at this time of year as well. There's a lot of work. Obviously rain, sun. It also means that all the weeds are growing, so, and the grass is growing, so everything needs mowing in here, weeding. I've got mare's tail in here as well, and I do 2 separate weeding sessions. One, I do just weeding in general, but I leave the mare's tail, and then on the next occasion I just do the mare's tail because this obviously goes straight in the bin. You can't compost it. So anyway, I've been really busy, but I'm trying to get back into it and trying to, you know, show you the things that I've been doing, the things that I've been growing, the things that haven't been growing, oh, things that have surprised me. So you can see that the allotment's looking really green, and my my sweet corn that I planted, where is it on the camera? It's popping up in the background here. I will fill in a video when I planted it. It was planted on the 14th of June, along with all the squashes. The squashes were sown from seed. The sweet corn, I didn't have enough space in my greenhouse. I knew at the beginning of the year with all the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the melons, the squashes, I wouldn't have space for sweet corn. Even though they say, oh, it catches up, I prefer to pre-sow and pre-sow a little bit sooner, because things always work out a little bit better than direct from seed. Things just, anything that is sown from seed for me just doesn't do very well. If it's not the slugs that you're struggling with, it'll be here, mice, rabbits, things like that. So yeah, I didn't have any space, so I bought these last month, and I sowed them in, or planted them in, probably about 10 days after I bought them. I'll potted them and make sure, and they grew really, really well. They grew so well, and we can see, we'll have a look in a minute, what my sweet corn looks like. It's so far the best sweet corn I've had, and it's only the third year I'm growing them. I've grown them 2 years prior, and they just never did really well. They just look really, really straggly. But it's my 4th year at the allotment, and I've been working on the soil, which means adding a lot of, you know, manure, compost, and anything. I've added fresh topsoil from at home. When I've done my drive, I've still got quite a few bags full of it, which just tops the garden beds, and just bulks it up a little bit, mixed in with the manure. It just, my garden, my allotment looks amazing. So I'm really glad. So obviously we gotta keep working on the soil, because this is essentially what feeds the plants. And we can see actually most of the plants, I'm going to say most of the plants, are doing really, really well. Some of them unfortunately are not. So come with me, we're going to have a look what's growing, what's doing really well, what's not doing so well, and what surprises are awaiting us. So first of all, let's have a look, very quick look at my rhubarb. My rhubarb was struggling quite a bit during the heat wave, and it crumpled up a little bit. It was struggling, actually, it was, but it's picked up with all the rain that we've had, and it looks really, really nice. This one, which is one of my smallest one, is getting really, really long. I mean, they're still not very thick. You can see it's just the thickness of a finger, but they're getting really, really long. So I'm predicting that next year this one is going to be quite thick. See, I've got some that are starting to thicken up, so that's really, really nice. And these, I don't need to say anything. I mean, look at the size of them. 2 fingers, that's how thick they are. Same, all of those. This one is my oldest one. Beautiful. I mean, look at the thickness of it. It's just beautiful. So my rhubarb is doing really, really, really well, despite the heat we've had, but it's really enjoyed all that rain that we've had. So I will be picking some more. I usually tend to pick it on about mid-August, and after that I leave it be. The next bed, it was my onion bed. I've got some that have been kind of rotten. I have had some loss in my onions this year, and I don't know if it's that excess rain that we've had. Presumably I have. Yes, so we've had some loss, but oh, look at you. That one's doing actually really, really well. This is my jumbo pink banana squash. I'm really excited. I saw that on another channel, UK channel, and it said that these do really well in the UK, and because I'm not very good at growing squash, to be honest, and it's an understatement, I'm rubbish at it. Things just don't grow. I mean, that was I don't know if that was a male flower. They tend to be male first when they come up. We've got one here. Snap this one off. So yeah, this one is doing really well. I'm really pleased. I mean, compared to other people's squash, again, it's teeny tiny. This one, look at it. That was just a box standard courgette. Look, eaten. Look at the difference in the trunk. I mean, and you can see this is full of manure. I top my beds twice a year with manure, and when I planted them in, I added manure underneath, so it's not like you know, they're not fed, so to speak. I've got more on the other side. Let's go and have a look. So this is on the other side. I mean, this one's doing okay. I'm really pleased. It's looking, I mean, look, you can see already the evidence, you know? Just leave my food alone. And this one, this is a mixed courgette. This one hasn't got, oh, no, it does. What label is this one? Yeah, mixed courgette. I bought a pack of courgettes. It was all mixed. Unfortunately, the seeds were mixed too. So I have no idea what it's going to be. It looks fairly decent, to be honest. So I'm quite hopeful. But this one, this is just typical. I mean, I snapped this one, so I fixed it and it's done okay. But I can assure you this is not the reason why it's struggling, because like the other two over there, one is doing kind of okay, that jumbo pink banana one. The other one was even smaller than this one, and it's just been snapped. And, you know, if I look at my neighbour next door, I mean, mine's just ridiculous. Look how huge these are. I mean, there's courgettes on there, and I've got this. Every year I struggle with courgettes and or squashes, and I really try pumpkins, butternut squashes, you name it. You know, I've even tried Pattison sunburst. It was it the yellow or was it the white ones? I think it's the white ones that never ever even germinated, and they were brand new seeds. So absolutely devastated. You know, I mean, you can't do more than try. You know, especially if you don't want to rely too much on the supermarkets or the garden centres, because in my opinion, we just don't know where the seeds come from. We don't know how those fruits have been grown to get to that stage. You know, everything is genetically modified in one way or another. Yeah, so unless it's specified, you know, not genetically modified, um, um, unless it's specifically specified that it's not genetically modified and organic, then you know you've got the real deal. But what you'll buy in a supermarket in little starts in little pots, they're not. They're not. It's not even organic. Never mind, not genetically modified. And a lot of them have been, you know, genetically modified so that they resist pests, certain pests and things like that. You know, so they're a little bit more hardy, which is helpful in a way. But anyway, there we go. This is, like I said, my onion bed. I've just spotted an onion right here. This one was a Japanese onion that I had sown from seed, so it's teeny tiny. There we go. That one was missed. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be doing seed again, but I might just try them a lot sooner, because I sowed these from seed. Oh dear. Yeah, I think it must have been around about November, October, November. And by the time they came into the ground, here was this spring, and look, they've not really grown much, you know, compared to my hand, it's really small. So yeah, a little bit disappointed. I will try and sowing the seeds much earlier. I might even start in September, so that hopefully by November-ish, October, November, I can plant them out and give them a better chance at bulking up as well, and see if that helps. If that doesn't help, I mean, a lot of people grow them from seed and they become humongous, so there's no reason why it shouldn't work. And I've done pretty well with onions this year, so not disappointed at all. Just these, maybe it was just the wrong time. But anyway, everything you're looking at here are volunteer tomatoes. I've got more volunteer tomatoes over there, which were in fact from 2 years ago. I planted some 2 years ago, and they didn't do really well in this bed. They did absolutely nothing. So from the other side, this bed did absolutely nothing. I think I had 3 plants that came up. The rest never even came up at all. So I was very disappointed. There was really small potatoes, and I obviously missed some, and I was probably like, well, leave it, you know, I can't be bothered. I'm not really somebody who deals with new potatoes, especially, or baby potatoes, especially when you've got so few. I was just really annoyed that nothing's grown, so I left them, and they seem to come up. I mean, my son picked them last year, and they did, the ones that came up did really well, Why? Probably because, I mean, these have got flowers. These are only just starting to pop up, but these have been in the ground a lot longer. And if I compare to my potatoes, I mean, this is a jungle, right? This is a jungle. But these haven't got any flowers yet. They're only just starting. They're only just starting. So these potatoes are definitely nowhere near ready. But these have been in the ground a lot less because I put these in the ground, I can't remember, somewhere in April. I have to dig out the date. I filmed it when I did that. So I will link the video in the description so you can check it out. But these have not been in the ground as long, whereas the others have been in it all winter, and they have germinated and come up when Mother Nature intended for them to come up. So they came up as soon as they were available. Here it was a case of, have I got the money? Am I waiting for payday so I can get my potatoes? And then you have to chit them, so you spend a bit more time. These have not been chitted. They've just stayed in the ground as they are. These, we're fussing over them a little bit more, aren't we? So these tend to be a lot bigger and a lot they are also ready a lot sooner. Why? As I said, because they have germinated a lot sooner than those that are planted in the ground. These were already popping up by the time I had put these in, and they took a little while to come up. In fact, I have more in the other bed next door which had also onions in it, and these, I mean, some of them have got flowers. I can see that from here, which is strange because these came up a lot later. They germinated later. I was quite surprised by that. But anyway, all of these all of these potatoes are free food. Free food. So I'm not complaining, which is why I left these in the ground. I'll have to be careful here when I dig them out because I've got the corn in here. And I've also got... Ooh, look at this. Oh my word. I've just spotted that. So this one is still quite a bit small. And these are a lot thicker. But oh my goodness. Look at this. What variety have I got here? I'm scared to move things around in case. I mean, look. I don't want to snap things. That really annoys me. Yeah, where is it sewn in? Ugh. I am not sure. Anyway, I'm not going to... I had a label somewhere, but my labels just tend to disappear. I'm not exactly sure why. But anyway, I'm going to leave it. I've got another one down here. So yeah, oh my goodness. I've never ever been able to grow anything. So yeah, I'm quite impressed. So I'll have to be careful when I pull the potatoes out. So that's fine. And in here again, I've got the same. I've got some squashes, and to be honest, I've got more squash at home, but I've planted these like in between brassicas, and I thought, well, I need to net the brassicas, so I can't put squashes in the same bed because otherwise they're not going to have any pollinators. So, but it's not a big deal. I can just pull them up along with a big piece of root, and once my potatoes are out, I'm going to plant them in here and the other bed as well and give them more space. So yeah, my Jerusalem artichoke doing really, really well. Oh my goodness, next year, never mind next year, I mean in the winter, I'm going to have to make sure I pull as many out as possible and cure them. Well, they don't hold as long as potatoes, but to be honest, the ones that I pulled in December last year, they lasted a good month. So, you don't have to pull them every week, but if you pull them every 3-4 weeks and make sure you use them up, you'll be absolutely fine. But I will need to get a lot more out of the ground this year and be very careful. My tomatoes are doing really well. Don't ask me on the labels. Some of them I can read, others I can't. I've had to reattach them. I'm just hoping they don't get any blight. So yeah, I've got loads of lovely flowers and everything. I've removed all the bottom leaves. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So yeah, it's a bit of a forest going down here. I mean, I swept this up yesterday. I'm sure we have rats or rabbits, something that just makes an absolute mess on my paths. And it's always this bed. I think this is the next bed I'm going to build because I'm really fed up with the mess. And these two beds, so the rhubarb bed, I need to redo this one as well. But that one's not falling apart just yet. This one has. But this one, the borders are off completely, and look, they make such a mess. So I'm going to have to do something about it. So, I mean, my tomatoes not doing too bad. I'm really pleased. I've got some more tomatoes down here. Got one here, and I'm not too sure what this is. It does have a strange colour to it, but I don't know what this dry spot is. It can't be blight, I can assure you, because it can't be blight because they don't get wet down here. I mean, look how tall they are. Look how tall they are. However, excuse me, the little bottles have all flown off in the wind. I planted, and you watched me. I planted peas all along here, and I've had the odd ones that have come up but have been eaten again. So unfortunately, I have had to re-sow for the third time because the ones at home I've also not done very well. I've had to re-sow them in cells. I was hoping with the garlic and the potatoes, I was hoping with along with the garlic and the potatoes and things, covering a little bit the scent as well, that whatever's coming to destroy my paths and eat my peas and my beans, I'm not going to see them. But yeah, it didn't work. So I'm really annoyed because it's so late in the season. It's July and I've had no peas and no beans. I've had to re-sow them for the third time. So anyway, every year is a learning curve, because when you're a gardener, you just know things are never the same every year, and you've got new lessons every year. And sometimes, some years things work out and sometimes they don't. So anyway, we have to, suck it up and just learn our lesson, I suppose. This is a surprise. This is absolutely massive. This plant is about 3 years old, I believe, and it has never done anything. It's been really, really slow. I mean, this year is absolutely massive. It's in fact taking over my path. So thankfully my neighbour doesn't really use that one, except obviously when she needs to walk around on the edges or the sides. So I'm going to have to do something, but I don't want to cut everything off. I want to be able to, I'm supposed to have built, and again, that's another thing I haven't had a chance to. After building my fruit cage, I wanted to just put like a border up here and just join it from here and get it to grow along the sides. So I need to crack on with that, and I'm going to try and do that next weekend. That's going to be my plan for next weekend, and just try and save it. I will also, I've bought the, I don't know what you call it, the tubing, so that I can join these and build basically like an arch, so that the peas and the beans have got somewhere to grow. But I'm a little bit concerned because I think this is going to take over massively, so I need to make sure I keep that under control. But yeah, so excited. I know I'm going to try. I mean, I can't even get through it. Where's my path? Oof. Hopefully there's no spiders in here. But I have for the first time also had, I think it's on the old wood somewhere. I'm trying to find it to show you that I do have for the first time. Oh, there, grapes on. Woohoo! 3 years and nothing. So, but it's just on the old wood, I believe. So a little bit. Oh, and here, see, not a huge amount, but I've got grapes for the very first time. So exciting. So anyway, I need to control this a little bit. Try and come out. Oh, goodness. Whew. Yeah, I can't even see the path where it is, so I need to be really careful. So anyway, these are my potatoes, as I've already mentioned them. They're nowhere near ready. I would have probably new potatoes at this stage. I'm not a fan of new potatoes because I can't be bothered peeling them. I just don't have the time for it. If I've got smaller potatoes, I will use them, but I will not grow baby potatoes or new potatoes for the sake of having new potatoes. What I do with them is usually mash or jacket potatoes. Also, I do roast potatoes, so that's another reason why I don't want baby potatoes. And I do fried potatoes, German fried potatoes, Bratkartoffeln. So I need bigger potatoes because I need to be able to peel them, and I don't peel small potatoes. Moving on to the next bed, which is also my tomatoes. A second bed of tomatoes. These are doing, I think, a little bit better than the other side. This is a black cherry one, I believe. These. Look at that teeny tiny little tomato. How cute is that? Again, a similar mark. I don't think it's blight because they don't get wet here. You know, I can spot some more. So yeah, yesterday I did come here and just cleared. I haven't on this one because this is a cherry tomato one, and I thought I'm going to leave them. They've got flowers on everywhere. You know, I'm just going to leave them and see what they do because the cherry tomatoes, I'm going to leave them. But yeah, all the others, I've cleared the bottom just to make sure. I mean, it doesn't get very wet, but it just prevents, they're not necessarily needed, and it just prevents disease getting onto the plant. Hello, how cute. So yeah, oh, I've got a random beetroot that's growing better than the ones at home. All of these. So yeah, my pepper beans are not doing very well, and not doing as badly as the peas, but they're still being munched. And the only solution that I can find is just to sow in cells, especially next year. But I'm just lacking so much space. My greenhouse is too small. My greenhouse is half what it should be. Once I start doing the sweet corn, the peas and the beans, I need double what I've got because I don't have many windowsills. I don't have much space. I've just got that little nursery upstairs in my bedroom. And they can't stay in there too long. You know, they've got to be in a greenhouse where it's a little bit cooler. Where I've got more space, and they have a little bit more space as well, but they've got to be outside. It's just not a crop. You know, if you wanted melons or squashes, fair enough. Tomatoes, peppers, they need it warm, but peas, beans, sweet corn maybe as well. But yeah, they do grow really, really quickly, and then you need to pot them, and then they do need to go into the greenhouse, and you need to start getting them, you know, to harden them off a little bit. And that's when I'm like, well, I can't move my tomatoes out, or my cucumbers, or my melons, or my squashes. They can't come out of my greenhouse. They've got to stay in there. I could put them in the polytunnel, but my polytunnel is underneath an oak tree. So now we're getting my neighbours helping us getting rid of the bottom branches just to lighten it up a little bit and give us a little bit more light, you know, and see how that's going to do. if that's going to help, then it could potentially become a place where I can start moving things in. But because that greenhouse where mine is at the minute is literally, well, the sun, it's not full sun because unfortunately I've still got trees, but they will get a really good amount of sun, especially in the afternoon. So it will get really, really hot in there. I've just got to play around with things, and I've got to get on with plans on building a greenhouse for next year. I need to double it. I've got space behind it, which is kind of wasted because it's where I keep my pots and, ton bags, and, it's kind of the place where, you don't really show. It's kind of like, it looks a bit of like a tip, this is where you throw things and like, I'll get back to you later kind of place. So I'm going to have to move that stuff and build my greenhouse so that I can finally sow as much as I can from seed, but also pre-sown in cells or snail way, whichever way works. I need to play around and see what works. But yeah, my most beautiful, and certainly, I mean, you can see the difference between this one over here and this one. This one is really nice. It's not taking over massively. This one is just shooting branches absolutely everywhere. I'm going to have to trim that one. I'll have to be very careful. But look at all my grapes. Oh my word. They're everywhere. Everywhere. This one is 4 years old, and it's fruited from the second year, I believe. Again, like the other one, it only had the odd ones. This one is absolutely full. So I cannot remember the variety. See, it hasn't grown any more shoots, which I'm really pleased. This one's gone a little bit woody. I'm not sure, maybe this one is a new shoot, because as you can tell, there's no grapes on this one. But yeah, this one is doing really, this one is doing otherwise absolutely fantastic. I will try and attach it, fix it. I will get to it, especially once my potatoes are out. I'll have a little bit more breathing space down here, and I will start fixing all of that. But yeah, they're absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And I had bigger grapes last year for the first time. The year before, they were absolutely teeny tiny, really, really small. And I had really decent sized grapes for the first time. So I think this year I'm gonna have some really decent sized grapes on this plant. Really, really pleased. Quickly on here again, potatoes. You had onions, so we got all of these out last week. I have got, again, look at my squash. I don't know which variety that was. Can I see that? Little trailing gem, I think it was. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, okay. But again, look, you can see how they just get munched. Oh, look. Oh, that must be what the other one is as well. Look. Trailing gem. Beautiful. Yeah, so they're not very big. I have got acorn ones somewhere as well. I don't know if I've made it or what. Oh, look, I've got another one hiding here. Oh. What are you? Oh, God. I can't see. Mixed courgette. Okay. So this is just a normal courgette, which is fine because I've been gagging for normal courgette. I mean, look at it. Evidence. Look. My poor little flowers. Anyway. I might have to put pellets down. I don't really want to, but, I don't mind sharing, but my squashes just don't do so well at all. Got another one here. You can see I've got some of the potatoes. I've got flowers, but these came up a lot later than the others. I've got 2 down here. I've got a label hiding here as well. Pattison Sunburst. Okay, so that's this one. Yes, the white one hasn't germinated. This is what this one is. Ooh, I'm so excited. And this one, a lot thicker stem as well. I have no idea what you are. Oh, it's just a normal courgette type one. Maybe it's part of the mixed courgette plants. Then I've got a really nice one here. I'm going to have a look at this teeny tiny little one. This is usually what I have to work with, and it really annoys me. Look at it. It's completely damaged. Let me lift that. Can you see that? It's literally hanging by a thread. I've just snapped a little flower. I'm so disappointed. Oh, never mind. I've got more coming on anyway. I'm going to try not to handle it too much. Turn it the way up. There we go. And I think this one, I mean, look, it's going green. And look at this one. I think this is both of them are Courgette de Nice. I can't see the label anywhere. But yeah, Courgette de Nice. I'm so excited. We've got a bigger one down here. By the looks of it, it's been pollinated because the flower's no longer on it. But the fruit is doing really well. Growing. So excited. Yay. My strawberries. I haven't picked any this week. I've got the odd ones in there, but not a huge amount. The last ones I've become quite small. I'm hoping we get another wave, so I'm going to keep an eye on them. Oh, my awful bed, awful bed. Oh, I just hate this bed. My asparagus has not done very well. I need, just like the others, I need to build a frame around it. And I have changed my mind. I've changed my mind on this. Let me turn you around. I've got asparagus here. These were 27 crowns when I planted them in. These were 27 crowns when I originally planted them in. That was, I believe, the first year I got my allotment. So they've been in it 4 years now. So I should have been harvesting that like mad. But you can see what the plants are. I've got 1 crown that survived here. Nothing but weeds. Another one that survived here. Another one that survived here. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So that's 4 crowns out of 27. And I'll tell you why. Because from day one, the reason why I've had to net them, it's too late now, it's pointless, but anyway, it's because either the mice or the rabbit, the local Peter rabbit, that's just been scratching. I should put really a little camera somewhere, especially on that bed over there, to see overnight who's going digging and trying to mess up my bed and what's been eating my asparagus, because they've damaged all my crowns. And as you can see, there's only 4 out of 27. So this year I bought asparagus seeds, but it's white asparagus, white French asparagus, and they're doing really well in the greenhouse. They need to come out really, but I'm not going to let them out if this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to wait. So this needs to be built before next year. I would like to plant them in, obviously ASAP, but we're on a time crunch at the minute. It's all about setting your priorities right. And right now, my asparagus is my priority. But what I'm going to do, I don't know how many I've got actually, thinking about it. I'd have to count them. I had to count them, but I'm going to fill up the gaps. I'm going to fill up the gaps of the ones I'm going to fill up the gaps of what's been damaged here. And on this side, which has got some strawberries and, and to be honest, it's got more weeds than strawberries in there. But I'm going to pull all of that out and I'm going to put my white asparagus. So this is going to become an asparagus bed. All of this. Then moving on to this useless bed, really. I've never ever been able to grow anything in this bed. Let me turn you around. There's not much to see. I can't even see them anymore. I had planted brassicas from seed. This is what's left. This is what's left. You can see they were quite a decent size. And I also put kale in there, which we're growing from seed too. This is what's left. More kale. More brassicas. I can't remember what they are. This is my kale. This is my kale. Brassica over there. Another brassica here. I mean, everything, my kale in the middle. Everything's been stripped. Everything's been stripped. I've got one with a teeny tiny little leaf that's hanging for dear life. Let's have a look. Oh, in fact, I've got two. I'm just getting really, really fed up because it's a bed that I've never ever grown anything in it to be able to eat. Originally, when I got the plot, it was absolutely full, ridden of teeny tiny little woodland strawberries. Which, as you know, I mean, I've got some at home, but they're humongous. They're really, really big. So you can actually harvest them and put them in the bowl without them getting squashed. These were so small. It was pick and eat. And it was a bit of a waste, to be honest, because the whole purpose of me having an allotment is for self-sufficiency purposes. I want is self-defense gardening essentially, because I do not want to buy things. First of all, I don't want to give all of these corporations my money. Second of all, I don't really want to eat their food because, like I said, all the starts that we buy from the garden centres, for instance, in the supermarket, I say, like, oh yeah, grow your own, here's some starts. I know for a fact these are not healthy seeds, hence why a lot of people also say, oh, keep your own seeds and resow these so that you're getting the good stuff. But again, that is a science in itself as well. I saved quite a lot of my purple beans from last year, all the ones that were a little bit past and they were getting a little bit big. I thought, oh, I'm going to save them, I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to resow them next year. So this is kind of like my next step in my gardening experience and my gardening and self-sufficiency experience. And I think they were pretty good. And some of them came up, but then the birds got them, and not a lot of them germinated. So I was a little bit disappointed. But anyway, I'm obviously not there yet as a gardener. I just need to take control of what I've already got that's growing. So anyway, so this is it from me this week. I will link the previous videos in my description below, and enjoy me making a little bit of jam. I have done a couple of batches, so the one that I'm going to show you is the second batch of my homegrown strawberries, and I did strawberry jam, and I did strawberry ice pops for the kids. Enjoy the next kitchen video, because it's the second batch of me making jam for my homegrown organic strawberries. So it ended up only being 2 jars, bearing in mind it's my second batch, but I wanted to make some ice pops for the kids, so strawberry ice pops. So enjoy. See you next time.